So, what's up, guys? You're probably saying to yourself, why is he in his car? I clicked on the review for Solo, not Collector's Guide to the Galaxy. Well, that's because I'm reviewing Solo in my car today. Because I was planning on reviewing it, and then I was super tired, then I had to go and do stuff. So now I'm in my car with my camera, reviewing Solo. So Solo is the origin story of its titular character, Han Solo, which is one of my favorite Star Wars characters, which I'm sure many of your favorites as well, if you like Star Wars. So this movie is set, I was trying to figure that out. That's one thing they don't really clarify that much. But, so it's set like about 10 or so years before the events of Episode 1. So in this one, we get Han Solo, where we see where he comes from, which is Corellian, something like that. Some like street gang thing he works for, and he gets out, but he leaves this girl behind. So I'm saying a lot of them. He joins the military or the Imperial Air Force, gets kicked out for having a mind of his own. Yada yada yada. We end up with Han Solo at the very end of it, more closer to the one we know than who starts out. But yeah, so Alden Ehrenreich, I think, did a good job as Han Solo. Of course, when you're comparing him to Harrison Ford's performance, it's actually pretty. I've heard different people's opinions about it, but when I was watching it, I saw Han Solo. It's not like, he looks just like Harrison Ford, oh my god. But it's like, I believed him as Han Solo. And I believed him. Like, some people have been saying, wait, he doesn't do what Han Solo does, but you see the growth of him as turning into Han Solo, which is really cool. How he meets Chewie is really great. Now, everyone was talking about Lando Calrissian, how great he is and stuff, or Donald Glover as Lando. And going into it, I'm like, I saw an SNL sketch with his Lando in it, and I'm like, this is going to be ham-fisted. This is going to be over the top and stupid and not going to work. And I walked out of it being like, that was pretty good. There were some parts where he laid it on a little thick, and I'm like, jeez, you really have to be doing that, Donald Glover. But overall, I think I did enjoy Donald Glover as the one character. Woody Harrelson's really good, but he's pretty much playing Woody Harrelson. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go through the cast in my head. Like, overall, the cast was really, really good, and there was some cool Easter egg stuff, like with Rogue One, how there was the guy, and I forget his, I don't think they even were given names, but he's like, from the cantina, he's like, my friend doesn't like you, and I don't like you either. How those guys are in Rogue One, there's moments like that, which I don't want to spoil them for you guys, but they're very cool, and if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll see them and go like I did. I did that a couple times during this movie. I'd say, like, there wasn't bad acting in this movie. It was pretty good. I'll also shout out to, I want to say Benedict Cumberbatch, but I know that's wrong. It's a guy, Paul Bettany, that's his name. He plays the Vision in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he's the villain of this movie, which I don't even remember the villain's name, but he played that character very, very well. And we had to see his weapons are very cool too. Like, they're double-sided, like, gold daggers, but they also have like lightsaber blades going across the very edge of the blades of the daggers, which is cool, and you can use them and do different cool stuff with them. There's some very cool Easter eggs and nods to different things in the universe, and has some cool connections in it, which is cool. Hence why I say cool connections. Ugh. Yeah, so Solo, Star Wars story. Overall, I enjoyed it. There were a few things I was confused on the whole time. Like, there's one thing at the very end, I'm like, why is he doing what he's doing and not doing the other thing? But it's at the very end, so I don't really want to spoil it. But yeah, they do that. That's like one of my only complaints. But this movie, in my opinion, I enjoyed it a lot. I know some people have different things because Star Wars fatigue is setting in already. And that's proven by the box office of Solo, which really sucks that that's the case. But when you have stuff like The Last Jedi, which personally I did not like The Last Jedi, I felt it completely, it had a devastating effect on my love for Star Wars. But because in my opinion too, even though like I love The Force Awakens, I love Rogue One, Solo I really enjoyed, Last Jedi I despise. It's the bane of my existence. I just want to take it out back. And I have no idea where I'm going with that. That was very much a John Flickinger tangent. But there is Star Wars fatigue, which is why it's getting lower reviews from some people. But in my opinion, Star Wars should have stayed at the 6 movies. I know like the prequels aren't that popular and stuff like that, but I enjoyed them. That's what I grew up on, and it's part of why I love Star Wars, specifically because of seeing Revenge of the Sith in theaters at age 5, or no, it wasn't even 5, but 4. It's a spectacle, and it's cool that younger generations are getting that spectacle all their own, but the Star Wars fatigue, it's gonna happen. I was telling my dad that they're gonna end up doing a Cantina Band movie, and he's like, yeah, it'll be like a VH1 behind the music type of thing, so that's what we're eventually gonna get someday. But Solo, I think it suffered a little bit from having 3 directors. It suffered a little bit from the shifting of creative, but overall I enjoyed it. Acting was good. I just keep on rambling on and on and on. So Solo, I'm giving it a B+, which currently out of my 2 movies is the highest ranked, over Batman Ninja, which I gave, I don't even remember, I think it was a C+, but B+ for Solo. Really enjoyed it. And one of the things is too, like, with movies I enjoy, or certain movies, like, I can tell how much I enjoyed them, because after Solo I walked out, and I did this with Force Awakens too, not so much Rogue One, but definitely Force Awakens, where I walked out of the theater and I'm like, I just want to buy all of the toys I can. I just want to get the Black Series figures, I want the sets, I just want, because I have the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon, and after I got out of the movie I'm like, shit, I'm gonna want to buy the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon too. But yeah, so Solo B+, I enjoyed it. If you're a Star Wars fan, go out and see it. Even if you're not, it's a fun watch, fun ride. Alden Ehrenreich signed on for 2 more, I believe, which they do set up a sequel, which is probably why they did what they did with the ending and why I don't agree with it. And there's some reasons they could do certain things, but very cool. And so, and I still don't have a sign off after 5 or 6 videos. Still don't have a sign off. I think I'm just gonna do it until next time. It's been my pleasure to serve you.